Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Abrams 8.2. Now you recall from last turn that Warsaw Pact had put 8 damage on the major army base in Rhineland and 7 damage on the major air base. NATO has chosen to pay off the army base damage. So those 8 are paid off. Okay, tech. PGM, seed, and chemical. No across the board. Well, them things happen. Okay, purchase. They are spending 20 on 2 artillery and 2 MBTs, and the remaining 6 on a pair of frigates. Okay, strategic nuclear phase. Everybody's favorite time of day. And as you probably have guessed, the nuclear strategic bombers are taking off from Paris again and flying 1, 2, 3, 4 over here to West Czechoslovakia unimpeded, where they're firing their 2 nuclear cruise missiles at the mobile IRBMs in eastern Czechoslovakia. And then the missile silo in southern France is shooting its IRBM 1, 2, 3, 4 at the major army base in West Czechoslovakia. So each of those is going to have, I'll just go around to the tray this time. Each of those will have one strategic nuclear defense role. Okay, so shooting or a nuclear defense role for the IRBMs. So there's actually 2 there, since there's 2 missiles being fired. Okay, both of those missed. Both of those missed. So our nuclear cruise missiles. Okay, nuclear cruise missile number 1 gets 4 damage. Nuclear cruise missile number 2 gets 6 damage. 4 and 6. Just keep, we'll do this. 4 and 6, so we don't forget. Okay, now the IRBM is shot at the major army base in West Czechoslovakia, so here's its strategic defense role. That is a miss. And the IRBM is 3d6, right? Let's make sure. Yeah, that's 3d6. So we gotta get another one out here. Okay, that is 10 damage there. So 4, 6, and 10. Okay. Well, 4 damage is going to kill off the mobile IRBM that was already previously damaged. That one's out of there. Put 6 damage on one of the others. And then 10 damage on the major army base in West Czechoslovakia. So let's get those guys off of there. We're just going to leave the camera right there while I put these things back on the dashboard, because the camera is going to be needed there. Okay, here we go. That's the end of strategic nuclear phase. So now we're in combat phase. We have our 3 theater missiles. So the one from Paris is shooting 1, 2, 3, 4 into West Czechoslovakia, targeting that major army base again. The theater missile in Rhineland is firing 1, 2, 3 at the minor army base in western Poland. The theater missile in southern England is shooting 1, 2, 3, 4 at the minor army base down there in Piedmont. And then our other combat is going to be a general attack on East Germany. So, here's what's happening. The strategic bomber in Paris, 1, 2, over here to Benelux. He shoots 2 cruise missiles, 1, 2, into East Germany. Can you see it? No, not quite. Okay, now you can. The 2 cruisers and the SSN from A4 move 1, 2 down here to A10. They are each firing 1 cruise missile. 1, 2 into East Germany. As long as we're focused on the fleet here, the fighter and attack bomber from the supercarrier, 1, 2, 3, 4 into East Germany to join the attack. Here in northern Germany, we're just going to move that guy over there. From the card in northern Germany, we have 3 next-gen MBTs, an artillery shooting battlefield nukes, and a SAM moving into East Germany. So the American units, of course, will be staying behind in northern Germany because it's not their turn. Okay, and then we have 2 attack choppers from Bavaria are coming up to join the attack. We have 2 artillery from Rhineland going 1, 2 to get in there and join the attack, and they of course will also be shooting battlefield nukes. And then we have 2 A-10s, an F-117, an attack bomber dropping battlefield nukes, and 3 fighters coming up from Rhineland to join the attack. Now, the major airbase is damaged, so they could not have launched an airstrike like a surgical strike from there, but they can fly out of there for regular combat. Okay, is that everybody? Is that everybody? Let me count here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 16, 5 cruise missiles makes 21. Was that it? Okay, I think, yeah, that's it. And then in addition to the defenders you see here. Of course, the artillery will be using battlefield nukes. Warsaw Pact is going to scramble its 2 fighters from West Czechoslovakia into this combat. So there's 21 units attacking and 10 units defending. And there will be a river penalty on the first round for the NATO attackers. Well, the ground attackers, you know what I mean. All right, so first we're going to do the theater missiles. And for that, we can just stay right here and rotate to the auxiliary tray. And I think I can reach the box that has my D6s in it. Ah, my D6s aren't in the box. They're in the dice tray over there, so I gotta go get them. Okay, now we're all ready. Okay, we're gonna do, let's do the minor, knocking stuff over in the Barents Sea. Let's do the minor army base in Piedmont first. So that gets 1 defense die, misses. Okay, so there's 4 damage there. Let's go refresh our memory on the max damage for a minor army base. And that is 12. So, four damage there in Piedmont. That has been put on the board. Okay, next we're going to do the minor army base in western Poland. So it gets its defense die. That missile is shot down. Okay, now we have the major army base in West Czechoslovakia. It gets 2 dice, which miss. So, NATO wants big numbers. Boy, they got them, 9. That's going to be enough to take that one out. Yep, take that off there. Oh. Take that off there, take that off. I believe it is. Let me go double check so I'm not misspeaking, but I think the max damage on that base is, I think it's 18. Major army base, yes, max damage of 18. 19 is enough to earn it a mushroom cloud. There it is. That major army base is gone. No more. Okay, that's it for theater missile attacks. Well, not quite. We we're going to go ahead and adjust the fallout. Let me refresh my memory on that. Okay, a major base destroyed is worth 3 fallout. So we go up to 7. Okay, now I will get the East Germany forces over here on the boards. Okay, I've got it set up here. There you see the boards. You see the first strikes. So here we go. First up, we have 3. 1, 2, 3 artillery for NATO rolling battlefield nukes. I see 3 hits. Okay. 3 first strike hits. There we go. Now we have 5 cruise missiles. And I see 1 hit. So that's 4 first strike hits. And forgot to mention NATO was using a spy satellite. So that last first strike hit is actually going to be a land target select. So let's reflect that. Okay, now we have 3 artillery for Warsaw Pact answering with battlefield nukes. I see 2 hits. Yep, 2 hits in return. So 2 first strike hits for the defender. Okay, the land target select first strike. NATO, of course, is going to put on the MBT. Take that off. Okay, the other 3 first strike hits. Naturally, Warsaw Pact is going to take on the 3 artillery that have already fired and are done. Clear that off. 2 first strike hits for the defenders. So NATO is going to take 1 hit on the SAM that hasn't gone yet. And they're going to take 1 hit on an artillery, so that takes that off. Okay, now we get with the rest of it. So there's 4 fighters there on air superiority for NATO. And there's 3 hits. So there's going to be 2 air superiority hits, because they only have 2 planes, and then 1 general hit. How that will work. Yeah. And at this point, target select does not matter. Okay, that was them. Now we've got 2 A-10s. Okay, there is 1 hit, so that's 2 general hits. Now we have 2 attack choppers. That is another hit, goes up to 3. We have 3 next-gen MBTs with a river penalty, so they're at 5. There is 2 more hits. Gets this up to 5. That's enough. That's more than what's needed. We're going to go ahead and let the other guys shoot too. So we got the F-117 battlefield nukes. Okay, there's 2 more hits up to 7. We got 9 hits total against 6 defenders, so I'm going to quit there. That's enough. Okay, so we have 2 fighters for the defenders on air superiority. And they got 2 hits. So we know where those have to be taken. We will just go ahead . We'll go ahead and take them off. So the 2 air superiority hits are done. Those enemy fighters are done. Now we have 4 early gen MBTs. Holy shit, you believe that? They got 4 hits. Can you believe that? Do you see it? That is incredible. They went down swinging. All right, NATO has to take 4 hits. Well, then they're going to take their 4 hits on 2 artillery and 2 attack choppers. But NATO has won the battle, so let me put things back. Okay, now as long as we're here, let's make adjustments. So NATO is up 4 from 45 to 49. Warsaw Pact is down 4 from 32 to 28. Fallout goes up 1 to 8. Okay, now we have NATO in there. There's the task force marker. That's it for combat. So now we're doing non-combat. The air from this fight the fleet is going on down there, and the Navy fighter and attack bomber land back on the supercarrier. You remember flew 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Well, it looks like I made an error, because base rules, the Navy fighter does not get any, the Navy fighter does not get a bonus, doesn't get a movement bonus from the supercarrier. That's only if we're playing the naval aviation expansion that happens. So I miscounted his movement. Well, there's nothing I can do about it now. I mean, there was plenty of overkill hits, so it's not a question of it's not a question of things not coming out right. So we're just going to have to chalk that one up to not paying attention properly. Put these guys back on their task force card. All right, so then the rest of the air, the 2 A-10s and the F-117 and the attack bomber and the surviving land fighter all go back to land in Rhineland. So they all are returned to their card. The strategic bomber lands back in Paris. And I believe that's going to be it for non-combat. They don't have that much to move around. So now we're placing units. Make sure that's it. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, now we're placing units. Oh wait, no. That's not it for non-combat. No, it's not. I made a mistake, but it's okay. We can fix mistakes. So we have some boys in Rhineland that want to get up here into Bavaria. So we've got 4 next-gen MBTs that are moving up. So that's going to make a stack of 5. And that's it. Yep, that's it. All right. Thinking. No, actually, that's not it. We're changing the fighter instead of landing back in Rhineland. Lands in Bavaria. And the 2 A-10s, instead of landing in Rhineland, are also landing in Bavaria. The attack bomber and the F-117 do land in Rhineland. Okay, now we're placing units. So we have 2 artillery and 2 MBTs going to the major army base in Rhineland. So those go on the card over here. And then I didn't bring everything over. Okay. No, I did bring everything over. Okay, where did I set it? Oh, right here. The 2 frigates. The 2 frigates are built at the major shipyard in northern Germany, so they go on the card with the fleet there in A-10. And there's what that task force looks like now. Okay, that's it for non-combat. So now we're collecting money. NATO is at 49 minus 6 for oil tankers, puts them at 43. Okay. NATO shot 5 cruise missiles, and they build 2 because they do have a major army base that's damaged. So, shot 5. Build 2. So they've got 3 cruise missiles in their stockpile now. And 1, 2, 3 more anti-ship missiles. Wait a minute. That's the wrong thing. 3 more anti-ship missiles. It goes in this pile. Okay, there we are. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.